Have you ever felt like you're putting all the effort into a relationship while the other person seems indifferent? It's a frustrating and draining experience, one that many people have faced. The truth is, when a woman doesn't value you, it shows in subtle yet significant ways. It's not about the words she says, but rather the consistent actions, or lack thereof, that reveal her true feelings. In this video, we're diving deep into Stoic insights to help you identify 5 key behaviors of a woman who may not truly value you. Understanding these behaviors is crucial, not just for the sake of the relationship, but for your own self-respect and emotional well-being. Stoicism, a philosophy rooted in self-control and clarity, teaches us the importance of recognizing what is within our control and accepting what is not. By recognizing these signs, you can make informed decisions about your relationships and avoid wasting time on someone who does not appreciate your worth. Whether you're currently dating or reflecting on past experiences, this video will give you the tools to better understand the dynamics at play. So let's get started with the 5 behaviors of a woman who doesn't value you and explore how Stoic principles can guide you in navigating these challenging situations. Lesson 1. Disregard for your time and effort. Time is one of our most valuable assets. It's something we can never get back once it's spent. When a woman doesn't value you, one of the first signs is her disregard for your time and effort. You might find that she constantly cancels plans at the last minute or keeps you waiting without any genuine reason or apology. This behavior signals a lack of respect and consideration for what you bring to the table. In Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius often spoke about the importance of valuing time. He believed that the way we spend our time is a reflection of our priorities. If someone doesn't respect your time, it means they don't see you as a priority. The Stoic approach here is not to get angry or upset, but to take this as a clear signal. It's a cue to reevaluate where you're placing your energy. A Stoic man understands that his time is precious. Instead of chasing after someone who doesn't value it, he reorients his focus toward people and activities that align with his purpose. When you realize someone is not valuing your time, it's an opportunity to set boundaries. You don't need to explain yourself or demand respect. Simply redirect your time and effort towards something more rewarding. Another aspect to consider is how you handle disrespect. In line with Stoic teachings, it's important to maintain composure. Instead of reacting emotionally, let your actions speak. By gradually reducing your availability, you signal that you are not someone who can be taken for granted. When you treat your time as sacred, you naturally attract people who recognize and value your worth. Over time, this practice will help you filter out those who don't align with your values and attract those who do. Lesson 2. Lack of emotional investment. Another key sign that a woman doesn't value you is her lack of emotional investment. You may find that she is detached, distant, and uninterested in your life. She might not ask about your day, your thoughts, or your feelings. This emotional unavailability is a clear indicator that she is not prioritizing the relationship. According to Stoicism, emotional detachment is a tool we use to protect our peace. But in a relationship, it should not be one-sided. If you're the one constantly making an effort to connect emotionally while she remains cold or indifferent, it's a sign that she might not see you as an important part of her life. A Stoic approach here is to reflect on your own emotional investment. Are you pouring energy into a relationship where the other person is not reciprocating? Epictetus advised us to only concern ourselves with things within our control. Her emotional investment is not something you can control, but your response to it is. Recognize when the effort is not mutual. Instead of trying to force a connection, step back and allow her to show her level of interest. One of the core Stoic principles is to remain indifferent to things beyond our control. If she isn't emotionally invested, rather than taking it personally, view it as a reflection of her own priorities or emotional state. Detach yourself from the need for her validation and focus instead on your own personal growth and fulfillment. By aligning your actions with your values, you create space for someone who is emotionally invested and ready to build a meaningful connection. Remember, a relationship should enhance your life, not drain it. Emotional investment should be a two-way street. If it's not, it's time to reassess your involvement. Lesson 3. Constant criticism and negative remarks. Criticism is part of every relationship. But there's a significant difference between constructive feedback and constant negative remarks. If a woman frequently belittles you, points out your flaws, or makes you feel inadequate, it's a sign that she does not value you. This behavior can be subtle, often disguised as jokes or backhanded compliments, but its impact is far from harmless. In Stoic philosophy, we are taught to be resilient against external judgments. Marcus Aurelius emphasized that we should not allow the opinions of others to disturb our inner peace. When faced with constant criticism, a Stoic man doesn't react with anger or frustration. Instead, he views these comments as noise, recognizing that they are a reflection of the other person's mindset rather than a true evaluation of his worth. Stoicism encourages us to maintain our self-esteem regardless of external validation or criticism. If you find yourself in a relationship where you're constantly put down, it's important to stand firm in your self-respect. You don't need to engage in arguments or defend yourself against every negative remark. Instead, let your silence and indifference convey your disinterest in engaging with negativity. A person who truly values you will offer constructive feedback aimed at helping you grow, not constant criticism designed to undermine your confidence. When faced with this behavior, take a step back and evaluate the relationship. Is it serving your growth and happiness? Lesson 4. Indifference to your success and achievements. When a woman values you, she will celebrate your victories, big or small. She will genuinely be happy for your successes and show support for your endeavors. However, if she seems indifferent to your achievements, it's a sign that she may not truly value you. You might notice a lack of excitement, support, or even a tendency to downplay your accomplishments. According to Stoic teachings, our value does not come from external validation, but from our own actions and self-assessment. Epictetus once said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." If you notice indifference from someone you care about, don't let it diminish your joy. Instead, focus on your own appreciation of your achievements. A Stoic man takes pride in his accomplishments without needing external validation. Whether or not she values your success is irrelevant to your sense of achievement. It's a reminder to find inner fulfillment rather than seeking approval from others. If her indifference continues, it might be time to reflect on whether this relationship aligns with your values and aspirations. The Stoic approach is to maintain your composure and self-assurance. Don't let her indifference dictate your self-worth. Instead, let your actions and successes speak for themselves. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your victories and support your growth. They will contribute positively to your journey. Lesson 5. Minimal effort in the relationship. In any relationship, efforts should be mutual. When a woman values you, she will make an effort to spend time with you, engage in meaningful conversations, and contribute to the relationship's growth. However, if you find that you are the one constantly initiating plans, conversations, or resolving issues, it's a clear sign that she does not value the relationship as much as you do. Stoicism teaches us the importance of balance and reciprocity. If you are constantly putting in effort while she remains passive, it's time to evaluate the dynamic. Are you trying to maintain a relationship that isn't being reciprocated? Seneca advised that we should not chase after those who do not value us, as it only leads to disappointment. A Stoic man recognizes his worth and does not beg for attention or validation. If someone is not willing to put in the effort, he gracefully steps back, not as an act of revenge, but as a demonstration of self-respect. By withdrawing your effort, you give her the chance to show whether she values the relationship enough to make a change. The key takeaway here is to focus on mutual effort. A healthy relationship is built on the contributions of both parties. If it's one-sided, it's not a true partnership. Recognize the signs early and choose to invest your time in relationships that are reciprocal and fulfilling. When you recognize minimal effort from her side, it's an indication that her priorities may lie elsewhere. In such cases, a Stoic man does not argue or plead for attention. Instead, he values his time and moves on. The goal is to cultivate relationships that bring mutual joy and growth, not ones where you constantly feel drained or undervalued. Instead of making excuses for her behavior or believing that things will change with more effort on your part, take a step back. Observe her actions, not her words. A woman who values you will naturally make an effort to be part of your life without needing to be convinced. In this scenario, the Stoic practice of detachment becomes crucial. By letting go of expectations and focusing on your own actions, you maintain control over your emotional well-being. Remember, respect and effort are foundational elements of any strong relationship. If they're missing, it's time to reconsider your involvement. Conclusion. We've just explored 5 behaviors that clearly indicate when a woman doesn't value you. Recognizing these signs is not about blame or resentment. It's about gaining clarity and understanding. Stoicism teaches us to observe, reflect, and make decisions based on what aligns with our core values. When you recognize these behaviors in a relationship, it's a signal to reassess and perhaps redirect your energy towards something more fulfilling. By understanding these patterns, you protect your emotional well-being and ensure that you only invest your time and effort in relationships that are mutually respectful and meaningful. A Stoic man values himself first, not out of ego, but out of a deep understanding that his time and energy are limited resources that should be spent wisely. Remember, it's not about changing someone else or demanding their respect. It's about recognizing your own worth and choosing to walk away from situations that do not serve your growth and happiness. The power lies in your hands to decide what kind of relationships you want to nurture. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on Stoicism and self-improvement. Stay strong, stay true to yourself, and as always, stay stoic.